So I was doing a deep dive into who really runs the world because this border security fight is so stupid that to hear people and listen, Trump's doing a good job. I mean, much better than Hillary Clinton would be doing, but to think that it's even a question that we deserve a strong border wall for $5 billion is insane to a degree that it's not even worth talking about. Our Overton window for the people that take all our money at the threat of incarceration or death is so low at this point that we think this is a win. That we have a guy standing up for the fact that countries require borders. It's almost Hollywood's almost that bad. Hollywood has gotten to the place where they're like, oh, he's a producer for a movie. I've never seen him bang a kid, so he's like one of the good guys. Like I've never witnessed him murder a raped child, so it means he's one of the good guys. You know, it's like the bar is so low. And, you know, I started thinking, my first question is it the Jews? Almost always in my mind. It's like something goes on, I'm like, Jews? Here's the thing. Blaming the Jews is as silly as I've had Muslims blame me for the fact that one of their relatives got their like wedding blown up by Barack Obama's insane Predator drone program. I didn't do it. Some Americans did, but I didn't do it. Say what you will about our wars, the best thing you can do is special forces. You know, when you got like the Jocko Willits on the ground, that's the best chance we have at not murdering 80% civilians in strikes, like Obama was doing with Predator drones. And so that's why I'm against the demographic shamings, kind of like what people do with white males, which we'll get to. But is it the Jews? Small group. Yeah, there's like when you look at a lot of the politicians that are behind this push, a lot of them are lobbyists that are Jewish, and it's getting to become a bit of an issue. And I am not a Jew hater at all. In fact, I have a lot of admiration for the Jewish culture. I like their in-group preferencing. I like how they use kosher as a way to support their own communities. Great writers, good people. A lot of my close friends are Israelis or just Jews. But it's getting to the point where they have to pump the brakes in America because, you know, a lot of these lobbyists and banks and world banks and media heads, all the media heads, and we'll get to Jeff Zucker in a second, because a lot of our political problems are caused by the media. And when I was on Jay Leno's show, NBC had a president named Jeff Zucker. And Jeff Zucker had the brilliant idea of taking Jay Leno, the number one Tonight Show, and putting him at 10 o'clock. And I was one of Jay's go-to correspondents because I would go into small shops and write them like a jingle. I did 8 episodes. I also did his Christmas special where I would have like this arm that would make hot like mistletoe anywhere I went. And I did like a sketch with Chelsea Handler, and I was his go-to guy because I tested well with the audience. They were like, I like that guy. And Jeff Zucker pretty much almost ruined NBC. He took Jay Leno and put him at 10 o'clock. That made no sense, just to try and scrum up some gold. And then he went to CNN. And what's happened since Jeff Zucker has been at CNN is pretty much been a complete meltdown of the American political system, where he will put out self-hating sodomites like Don Lemon, who viciously hate the majority population of the country they're supposed to be serving just to get clicks, because hate clicks are actually higher than like clicks. And when you're just looking for money and gold and birch, bow and branch sheets, you start inverting the entire political system until you're watching Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi square off against Donald Trump, and the argument is whether or not America should have border security with a fence/wall thing. Why do I bring up the Jews? Because we as a country, and when I say we, I mean we. I don't mean we like the Yankees won. We won. You know, when I'm from New York, and we like the Buffalo Bills, but that was very tragic. The Syracuse Orangemen, 96, they almost won, or was it 94? And the Yankees for baseball. And people would always say, we won. Now, I mean, you're not on the team, but see, I pay more in taxes a year than a lot of people make in a year. So, I pay more in taxes than a middle school teacher will make in an entire year. So when I say we, I mean we. This guy shovels money basically into a furnace like this. $39 billion to our little friend Israel, who got a giant wall. And listen, it's one thing to have a wall to protect you from the animals in Hamas. You know, these animals are trying to take out like pregnant women. Yeah, I get that. It's a whole different story. I'm talking to the wall that protects Israel from Egypt, from migrant workers. And they know it works really well. And we gave them $39 billion, and I mean we, because I've paid just an incredible amount of money in taxes. And so we as a nation, America, can't come up with $5 billion to protect our own border from an epidemic. We have more illegal people living in America than any country in the history of the world ever has. War is absolutely coming. And I think some of the same people that are flooding our country with people are going to profit from the selling of bombs and guns and water and bullets. And it's coming. And we all know it's coming because it can't possibly survive. California just, Gavin Newsom, this sodomite, and I do mean sodomy. Owen is a Zionist. Well, I believe in the existence of Israel. I believe that Israel has a right to exist. I don't believe that America should function to serve Israel's wants and needs. And it's becoming a real problem. And when a guy like me, who has many, many, many Jewish friends, I had a Jewish grandmother. I'm in the entertainment business. You know, I'm no hater of Jews. When a guy like me is saying this, just know there's a lot more people feeling it. So that's kind of what I'm here for. I'm here to say the uncomfortable things that people are thinking. And the people that are going to be caught in the crossfire, of course, are Jews, because people are going to start getting really, really pissed off. Now, let's get to, and let me tell you this. It's not Jews. This is why I try to explain this to people, because it would be tragic if people start treating Jews like the lobbyists that are subverting our entire way of life, because it's not them. It's if you want to really know who rules us, look, it's the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, Carnegie's trusts. It's a lot of them are the oligarchs. I just watched this great documentary on it, and what I wanted to talk about was eugenics. Darwin started a lot of this shit. Charles Darwin was a piece of shit. And I mean shit. God, it was terrible. Israelis are not the same as Jews. Yeah, but I'm also tight with a lot of Israelis. Some of the best people I've ever known are Israelis. That's what I'm saying. It's not the citizens. It's this small group of people profiting on this. And our inability to stand up for what we need. A lot of it is the cucking of America. A lot of it is on our own shoulders. Because can you blame Israel for having their big brother America to stick up for them against certain countries and help them build walls and stuff? No, that's what they will do. That's what any country would do in that position. We are being absolutely driven like cattle by the people that rule us. And I opened this with a question. Eugenics has a new name. What is it? And the new name is environmentalism.